We're Mr. and Mississippi. We're from Holland. We're based in Utrecht, which is a small or smaller city close to Amsterdam. We're with the four of us. This is Maxime. My name is Samgar, and we have two guitar players. One is named Tom, and the other is Danny. And we've been together for almost 4 years now.
Yeah.
Well, we started off as a school project in Holland, and we've met each other in the first year, and we just wanted to make music together, and then that's where we started off. And then I think throughout the years, a record label was interested in us, and we started to record a record. And then for some reason, after like playing a lot of small shows, we started to gain like fans, like people who really loved our music and loved what we did. And then we got nominated for a prize. It's a 3FM award. It's a radio award. And we also were nominated, and we also won an Edison Award, which is kind of huge in Holland.
It's the biggest one, I
think.
It's
for sure it's the oldest one, I think. And so yeah, I think throughout the years we gain a lot of how do you say that? Like interest of a lot of people, not even only in Holland, but also in Germany and Belgium. So we just try to manage and to do what we love, and to do it like with the best we have.
Well, the place Utrecht didn't really have an effect on the festivals we played. I think the only positive thing is because Utrecht is in the middle, that we played a lot of festivals, that when you travel, you start from the middle. So if you go to Groningen, or we did Eurosonic, and the biggest one and our favorite was Lowlands. But yeah, I don't really think it had an influence on what we did, because the Netherlands is also, it's really small. But yeah, and actually I'm from Amsterdam, but the band is based in Utrecht.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest influence is I think the school where we found each other. I mean, that's based in Utrecht, so I think that's the biggest or most important thing that happened to us, I think, because of Utrecht. And there is a really beautiful music scene in Utrecht. We have a lot of friends who play music, who are in bands, who come from Utrecht. So I think, I don't think it really influenced our music, but it really influenced us because we met each other there.
Yeah, well, we started with listening to albums of Fleet Foxes and Bon Iver, and Tom is a big fan of Sigur Rós. But so those were the three main albums that we were listening to, and along the way, I think, what we're listening to, I think Wilco at the moment is a big inspiration.
Beach House.
Sufjan Stevens.
Patrick Watson.
Yeah, but it's also because we come from different kind of music corners, and I think that's what created the sound. It's not like we're doing something new, but I think it's also always a compliment when people tell us you really have your own sound. And the name Mr. and Mississippi, we didn't even know about the song, so afterwards we found out, and we used that song for our first tour as an intro, because we found the song and we were like, okay, this is really funny, but still can't remember. We don't really have a romantic story about how we came up with our band name, but
it was just there.
It was it was there.
Well, first of all, we didn't know each other before we went to the Herman Brood Academy, but we had one thing in common, which was the dream to just make music, use our talent, and just to be out there and travel and meet people and do all these interesting stuff. So when we met, I think it took us like almost a little bit more than a half year before we got to play together for the first time. I mean, together as we are now. Yeah, but we didn't know each other before that. So when we first got together, it just out of the blue, it just was this like chemical, like
because with school you have like 4 periods, and then we were in the class together, and then you can make your own band. So we've played with other classmates before, and I think it was at the end of the first year, so the fourth period, where we were drinking a beer and we were just getting to know each other. We were like, shall we do maybe a project together? Because we didn't really know each other. And then we had our first rehearsal, and that's the song Running, which is on our first album. And it felt so different than with the other classmates. It was like the vibe we were in, and normally it's like 3 hours to make a song, and normally you smoke or whatever. But we just did the 3 hours, and after that we were like, oh, okay, we're finished, and that song Running came out of it, and it was like chemistry. I don't know. It was different than what I felt with other classmates. So after that, I think we.
And it's not because the others weren't good enough.
Yeah.
I mean, but just something between the four of us, which really just happened. And
like In Between is the one on the new album, and that's we wrote that together, and that's about the tours we did in Germany and meeting people, and so afterwards we wrote a song about that. But the themes that they did, they all have different kind of stories. It's like what we go through, and so it's not like with the second album we've named it We Only Part to Meet Again, but it's just short stories. It's not a whole big thing, but we write the lyrics and the guys come with the sound. Normally we start with first with the music and afterwards with the melody and with the lyrics, which is different from other classmates or people I know. They start with the lyrics and after that comes the music. So, but it's also nice because with the song We Only Part to Meet Again, I remember we were in the rehearsal room and Tom started playing something, and it got me so inspired, and so he inspired me with his sound. So I think that's really nice of how the way we write songs, and we inspire each other.
Yeah.
So
I think the reason why there's so much movement is because we write the things that we go through. Like every day is different. Because we meet people, because we're on the road, we ourselves are in so much like movement. So the things that we write about is part our emotions, but also the things that we go through, like the people we meet, and it's always like this
personal experience. Yeah. I did it before, but not with the band. No, I'm not really. I don't really like the sound of it. But we do listen to, we have this band, Spinvis and Evie de Visser, which are Dutch bands or singer-songwriters, and I really like to listen to that, but when we do it, I don't know,
for some reason it just doesn't fit.
No, I think you have the same thing with trying to express ourselves is better in English than in Dutch. But yeah, we're finished with the school 3 years ago now, 2 years ago. But no, we really want to go international. Like we started in Germany and went pretty well with the tour. And now first gig in Hungary, and we've heard that there's 400 tickets are sold. So we were really surprised, and hopefully, because our album isn't out yet here, hopefully just more European countries or...
A lot of people tell us that our sound is really international. I don't know why, but people can easily relate to the stuff that we do, which is in our benefit because that brings us to places like this, which are, you know, the most beautiful things to see. But I think that's what we dream of, you know, just I mean, Holland is really small, and Europe is huge, so why not just take it abroad and tour?
Maybe
Japan, whatever, you know, whatever. Wherever.
It's so nice to go places. We really love to travel, and it's your first time? No, it's second time Budapest. For me, it's first time, and I really love to meet new people and taste new cultures. So if you can combine that with music, which we love to do, that's like our biggest dream. Just meeting, going places, not to stay in the bubble in the Netherlands, you know, just going somewhere and spreading your music, and that's like the biggest dream.
Yeah, for me, the most beautiful things to see is that wherever you are, whatever country you're in, the music always speaks for itself. Yeah. So whenever you're in Budapest or in whatever country, whatever city, people are getting moved by the music, and that really inspires us to keep on doing what we're doing, because I think that's the biggest compliment for us.
For me, I felt really confident just spreading the new music, and for people just to hear our songs for the first time, and you never know what happens, or people will like it or not, but no, just spreading the music and connecting people, and yeah. Did you feel confident, or?
I think like in the beginning, like I'm nervous, like whether we play in Holland or in Germany or whatever, but because we make the music that, or we play the music that we made, we're confident in the things that we do because it's our music. But of course, I mean, for tonight we play here at 8:38, and I mean, of course, I think it's kind of scary because I mean, you know, we don't know how the Hungarian people react, how they are in the concert, you know, what they do. But on the other hand, we just make our show. We just do what we do. So we just try to convince them and to play the show.
We don't have our sound guy with us, so I think then you're really busy with just trying to fit everything, and everything sounds good and perfect. But during the show, it's like we all get in this kind of trance. It's like, for me, sometimes it's unconscious. I'm enjoying the music too, and yeah, it depends. Yeah. It depends on.
I mean, the songs, they are conscious because the songs, they're always the same. You know, the lyrics, the music. I mean, that's the same. That's always the same. But the feeling to it, like the energy, the vibe, that's always different. So that's a really unconscious thing that it's just a moment.
Yeah.
We create the moment, the audience create the moment, and together we create something. So that's always different, you know, in whatever city you are. Yeah. So I think that's really unconscious. That's just really that it just something happens or it doesn't.
Yeah.
But
really depending on the crowd also. We give the vibe, and if they give the same vibe back, then it's like really good energy or something. Yeah. For me, I didn't really expect anything. Actually, when everything went so successful and we won the prizes, I was like pinching myself, like, is this real? And then the record came, and it was like a roller coaster ride. So everything was happening so fast that the only thing that I've noticed, that when everything goes so fast with the success, you can't take a step back. You have to go with the flow. And we've learned so much, and we've grown so close together that I didn't really expect anything. It just happened so fast, and it was like, okay, jumping this adventure, and we'll see where it leads.
I don't think I really had expectations because it was all new for all of us, but I did dream about like having a band and being on tour and making records, and all that stuff happens. Like, it happened, and it's, you know, we're still on the move, and we're still writing and on tour. So that's just great, you know. And we played a lot of awesome shows, and we've been going to beautiful cities. We went to the United States and the UK and here in Europe, and all these amazing, awesome things. And then on the other hand, no one sees us unload the bus or sleep at crappy places or late hours. It's a totally different life schedule that you have from your friends or your family. So I think that's the turn point of the things that we do.
Yeah,
but it doesn't have the overhand. Like, we enjoy more the positive things than the negative things, but they're also there, you know. And I mean, that's why we work as hard as we can to maintain what we do, because we love it so much.
For me, it's just a part of my life, because I really love to do this, and I never thought, of course I was dreaming of not really playing in a band, but I used to sing when I was really young, and I thought maybe it would be cool to do something with that, and now it's all happening. But I just see this as a part of my life. I don't see myself doing music the rest. Of course, making music, writing songs, but being in the business and traveling, because I can't sit still. And I don't think it's going to be the rest of my life, but I'm really enjoying it, and I don't know where it's gonna end, but I'm gonna enjoy the ride and see where it leads.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing. I mean, it's hard to tell the future. It's hard to, but if we just enjoy the things that we do now and enjoy ourselves and each other, and enjoy everything that we, you know, come across, then I think we've accomplished something really beautiful. And I would, of course, I would love to be or be in the music industry for the rest of my life. But I mean, I don't know, you know, who tells? We just do our best to enjoy, I think. And
yeah, that's for us is the most important thing. Just to enjoy everything, and also with next albums to come, hopefully we're still on the same level with our music, and I think that's the most important thing that brings us together. And if not, maybe next year you or Tom will be like, maybe I want to make metal, something different. Then, so I think music-wise, we're just enjoying everything and not really thinking about what's happening or what's coming. So new songs. One of the first records, and I think we're gonna play one new song. So that's not on the album yet, but it's gonna be a mix.
Yeah. We just hope that our energy and our way of approaching the songs will just do something in the audience, and we just build it up with new songs and some older songs and from the last record.